Alright, Algebra 2, so I can already tell that the problem a lot of people are going to have with this is that there are decimals or fractions involved, and people are like, oh god, I hate fractions. Okay, so it says part of a roller coaster's path can be modeled by this function here, where x is the horizontal distance in feet that the roller coaster has traveled, and f is the height in feet above the ground. Alright, so what's the roller coaster's maximum height above the ground in this part of the path? Here's the thing. First thing I would do is change all of my fractions into decimals. So I need to figure out what negative 4/49 is, and you will get negative 4 divided by 49, negative 0.0816326531. Now with all these decimals, you don't want to mess yourself up by rounding too early. So what you should do is you should store this. So remember the button right above on is STO, little arrow. And so we'll store this as alpha A. So that way every time you type in A, it knows that it's negative 4/49. So we can see this equation as being f of x equals A x squared plus, and do the same thing with 47ths. 40 divided by 7, we'll get, when we do 40 divided by 7, you get 5.714 something. So we can store that as alpha b. So we end up with ax squared plus bx. And it's going to be a lot more convenient here. So it says, what's the roller coaster's maximum height above the ground on this part of the path? Okay, well, we've got a couple different ways we can find the maximum. We can do, we can use our formula, negative b over 2a. That'll give our x value of our maximum. Or you can use your calculator. But I will do the formula method. So we know x is going to be negative, and you can type in alpha b over 2 alpha a. Now you're probably going to want to put these in parentheses if you're typing in your calculator. So you get negative alpha. You type in negative alpha b divided by parentheses 2 alpha a parentheses equals. You get, oh, interesting, it's a whole number, 35. Okay, so that's our x value. You plug in that x value here to find the y value. So we would type in our calculators literally a 35 squared plus b 35, and we'll get 100. So there's our x value, and here 35, and here's our y value, 100. Okay, so now we can read the questions and try to interpret our answers. So it says, what is the roller coaster's maximum height above the ground at this part of the path, and how far has the roller coaster traveled when it reaches the maximum height? So how far has the roller coaster traveled horizontally? Okay, so we have to figure out what is x and what is quote-unquote y, which in this case is f of x. Alright, so it says where x is the horizontal distance. So when it asks us what's the horizontal distance that it's traveled, that's our x value. So we're going to say 35 feet for B. And this says, what's the roller coaster's maximum height? Because it says F is height in feet above the ground. That's our y value. So for part A, our answer is 100 feet. Now, just as a tip, whenever you have A and B part problems, it doesn't mean you have to do them in order A and then B. Because you'll notice that I found the answer for B first in order to find the answer for A, actually. Remember, you can also do this using your calculator, using your graphing calculator.